Hello, so Simon here for the final progression of the session, gear 1, 2, 3. So well done if you've already completed the first two, gear 1, 2, 3, and then the gear 1, 2, 3, the progression. So this is just a slight progression further on from that last one. So just to conclude very quickly, we're going to be spending less time in gear 1, the same amount of time in gear 2 as we did in the previous session, and an extra minute in gear 3. So just spending a little bit more time at our faster pace. So if you haven't already, let's get moving at a very light, slow pace just for a warm up, whether that be a slow jog or a walk building into a jog, up to you. And you can do this on any piece of cardiovascular equipment as well. So if you're in the gym, just get a nice light level on any piece of CV equipment will be fine too. So as we're warming up, let me just explain what we're going to be doing. So if you haven't done the other two sessions in this series, let me just explain very briefly what's going to happen. We're going to do a 20-minute run. But in this 20 minutes, we're going to be running at 3 different speeds. So imagine it like a car. So you've got your gear 1, your slower pace, you've got your gear 2, your medium pace, and you've got your gear 3, your faster pace. So what we're going to do is we're going to go off at a certain speed in that gear, and then I'll tell you every minute if we're going to stick in that same gear, that same pace, or if we're going to go up or down. Now, like a car, we're not going to skip from, say, gear 1 to gear 3. We're going to go up from gear 1 to gear 2 to gear 3 and same back down. So no skipping from 1 to 3 or 3 to 1. The other rule is that we can only spend a maximum amount of time at one time in gear 1 for 3 minutes. So we will never go over 3 minutes in that gear. Gear 2 will never spend any more than 2 minutes. And gear 3 will never spend any more than 1 minute. So that is the rule to think about as we're running through. Now it's going to be a bit of a surprise for you. I'm not going to tell you the order. So I'll just tell you every minute if we're going to go up or down or going to stick. So a little bit of a surprise. This is called a fartlek session. So if you haven't heard of that, that's Swedish for speed play. Really great form of training, improves your aerobic and your anaerobic system. So great benefits by doing this type of interval training. Okay, so how are we doing? Are we feeling nicely warmed up? We'll make a start shortly. Just remember that if you are not feeling very well, please stop. So make sure that you are fit and well enough to take on this session. And if you're not, please stop at any time. Like all my sessions, I'll be doing this with you. So I'll be with you every step of the way. I'll be motivating you as we go. And I'll be letting you know how much time is left of each interval and what's happening next. So we're going to get ready to go in 5 seconds. So get ready. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So we're going to start off with that gear 1 pace. So nice and steady to begin with. Now this is faster than your warm up and your cool down pace. So don't take it too easy, but just bear in mind that we do have 2 other speeds faster than the pace that we are currently going. I'm running this session at the moment, so I'm going to be speaking in running terms, but like I've mentioned in the warm-up, you can do this for any piece of cardiovascular equipment as well. So if I say any running technique, information or anything like that, just ignore that if you're on, say, a cross trainer. But the session works equally as well, so just keep going and keep working nice and hard. So every minute I'll tell you if we're sticking or going up. It's going to be a slightly different sequence than the last 2 gear 1, 2, 3 sessions. And it's a slight progression, remember. So we're coming up in 5 seconds. What will happen? We are going to go up. So up to gear 2. So let's speed it up a little bit faster. So just a very quick recap. When we did our first gear 1, 2, 3 session, we started in gear 1 for 7 minutes. And then we did gear 2, we're in for 9 minutes, and gear 3, we're in 4 minutes. The progression in the next session was that we dropped down the time in gear 1, so we did 5 minutes instead of 7 in that one. We did 10 minutes in gear 2, and we did 5 minutes in gear 3. So we increased that time in 2 and 3. Slight progression on from this one. Dropping down the time again in gear 1 just to 4 minutes. Same amount of time in gear 2 of 10 minutes. So half our time is in that gear 2 pace. I'm adding an extra minute, 6 minutes in gear 3. So we're coming up to our next minute mark. What are we going to do? We're going to go up, down, or stay the same? Are you ready to find out? 3, 2, 1. We're going to go up to gear 3. So come on, let's go. Increase that pace. So this is your fastest pace. And remember, we can only spend the maximum amount of time each time for 1 minute in gear 3. So you know we're going to be going down in 45 seconds time. So come on, let's keep working hard. Remember, I'm doing this with you. I'm with you every step of the way, so you're not alone. We'll do this together. Keep going. Deep breaths. Fill your lungs with oxygen and deep breaths out. If you're running, remember your form, driving forwards and backwards with the arms. Keeping nice and tall and upright. Try not to rotate from the core, so engage the core muscles. And keep tall. Raise those knees and get a good stride length. Try not to overstride, but try not to do small steps at the same time. Right, 3, 2, 1. We're going down to gear 2. So slow it down slightly, but remember it's just slightly slower. Not in gear 1. We're still going at a fairly moderate pace. So remember, we can stay a maximum of 2 minutes in this pace at this gear. But because it's a slight progression, as a hint, we're probably not likely to spend too much time in the slower speeds. And if you can think whilst you're running, you might be able to figure out what the sequence might be, because I've already told you how long we're going to be spending in each gear. So you might be able to figure out the sequence later on in the end of the session. So we're coming up to our next minute mark. What are we gonna do? 5 seconds, you'll find out. Okay, we're gonna go back up to gear 3. So let's speed it up again. Come on, a little bit faster. Good work. Fantastic effort. So the total of the session is half the time is in gear 2. So that would be the sort of the average pace that you're going to be doing. Really is going to be at that sort of speed, but a slight progression. We're spending more time, extra minute in the 3rd gear than we did over our last session. We're just pushing you a little bit further as we go. If you haven't visited the other 2 sessions though, you're still more than capable of doing it. It doesn't matter that you've missed those 2 out, so you can always revisit them or do them if you haven't done them yet, and give them a go as well. 10 seconds, keep going at holding this pace. You know we're going to drop down soon because we can only stay a minute in gear 3. 3, 2, 1, drop down to gear 2. So nice, steady, keep it going. Great thing about interval sessions is because you're working at high intensities, your sessions generally are shorter and you get the same benefit as doing a longer, steadier session. So this session is only going to be lasting for 20 minutes, but you're going to get a good workout in that short amount of time. So come on, keep it going. 30 seconds time, I'll tell you what we're doing. If we're going to stick in this gear, we'll go up or down. So deep breaths, keep relaxed, and keep going. 5 seconds, and then I'll let you know what's going to happen next. 3, 2, 1. We're going to sticking in gear 2. So you know that we can only spend a maximum of 2 minutes in this gear. So therefore, I'm either going to be nice and I'm going to drop you down to gear 1, or will I be a little bit more evil and push you back up to that gear 3 again? You'll find out in about 30 seconds time. So come on, keep going. You're doing really well. Keep pushing right to the end of each minute. Focus on each minute as they come, rather than thinking of the whole session, because you will have recoveries thrown in. You know, you've got at least 4 minutes of gear 1, so you'll be fine. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're dropping down to gear 1. So here we go. Slowing it down a little bit more. Enjoy this slower pace. Let your body recover, but don't go at a very slow warm-up pace. You're still going at a faster pace than you did in that warm-up. Just slowing it down just a little bit more. Then you'll be ready to hit those higher speeds again whenever it may be. Hopefully you're finding this session a little bit more fun and enjoyable than a sort of a steady pace run. Not knowing what's coming next, hopefully it's keeping you on your toes a bit and distracting you. That's another great benefit from interval training, is it's a little bit more fun and enjoyable. It's varied. So 10 seconds and then we'll find out if we're going to go up or stay. Here we go. Are you ready to find out? Here we go. We're going to stick. I'm feeling really kind. There we go. So we know you've got a good recovery now as we're coming towards nearly the middle part of the session. So this is a really good recovery phase of the workout. Ready to hit those higher speeds again very soon. Keep going. Come on. Doing really well. Please check out my other sessions as well. So there's lots of other various different interval sessions on my podcast. So check those out. So just look for Simon Minting Audio Training and then you can see lots of different workouts and give them a go as well. Suitable for all levels of ability, and there's some specific ones for different levels as well. So find the session that suits you and what you fancy doing on that day. There's some long ones and there's some shorter ones. Right, 3, 2, 1. We're going to go up to gear 2. Let's speed it up a little bit more. A little bit faster pace now. That's it, but not too fast. This isn't your gear 3, remember. As you become a little bit more experienced to running or any other form of cardiovascular exercise, you tend to figure out your paces and what's right for you, what speed is the correct speed to go. It comes with time. It's important that you figure that one out so you don't go too hard or too slow if you're in a race situation. So it's good training. Come on, keep it going. What will we do? We've got 20 seconds before we'll either change up or down or stick. And we'll be halfway through the session already as well. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're going up to gear 3. So let's speed it up. Come on, a little bit faster. Good work. Really, really good work here. You're doing well. Let's keep it going. Come on. Hold this faster pace. As the session progresses now, you should be able to figure out a little bit more what's left and what's remaining to do. So it might give you a bit of an idea of what's going to happen. You know we're going to spend a minute in this speed. You know we're going to drop down soon. So let's just hold this pace for another 15 seconds and then we'll drop it down. Come on, nearly there. Last 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Let's drop it down to gear 2. So a little bit slower, but not too slow, remember. Working really well. Well done. Come on, keep going. So we've got another 30 seconds to go. And because we're in gear 2, we could go up or down or stick. So it could be anything at this point. Just keep focused on this speed for now. I'll tell you soon. 10 seconds. Will there be a pace change? 5, 3, 2, 1. We're going up to gear 3 again. So back up to that faster pace. Good, come on. Keep it going. Really good work. Come on. Keep pushing. You know, it's just for a minute max, so we've got another 30 seconds left. Then we'll be dropping you back down again. Really good work, come on. Last bit to go, 20 seconds. 15. Come on, 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down to gear 2. So slightly slow pace again. So just like before, when we're in this gear 2, we could be doing anything. We could be going up or down or sticking. In the next 30 seconds, you'll find out what we're doing. Keep going. You know we're going to be spending most of our time at gear 2, half the time. 6 minutes in that gear 3. So 10 seconds. What are we gonna do? 3, 2, 1. We're going back up to gear 3. Come on. Faster pace again. Great work. Come on. This is great. Doing well. Keep pushing. Get this minute done, that's 15 minutes done, and we've got 5 minutes to go. Nearly there. Last little bit of effort left. "15 seconds, and then we're going to be dropping you back down to gear 2 again. Come on, nearly there. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Drop you down to gear 2 again. Slower pace. That's it. Ease it down slightly. Our final 5 minutes. Keep going. As you're getting more tired, which I'm sure you are like me, just remember about your form, because that does tend to go as we start to fatigue. Just remember all those points, all those technical points that I've mentioned. It will make a difference if you use those arms and drive forward and backwards. Help the rest of the body out. So we're coming up to our next minute mark soon, in 10 seconds. What are we gonna do? 3, 2, 1. We're going back up to gear 3. Come on, let's pick it up again. So if you haven't already figured out, this is our final time in gear 3. So therefore you should really be able to figure out by now what we are doing for our remaining 4 minutes. Come on, hold this pace for the last time. Then we'll be dropping back down to gear 2. Slowing it down again soon, come on. Let's really work on this one. It's always great to revisit sessions as well, so give a session another go and see if you can go a greater distance than you've done at the moment. If you've got a way of recording down the distance, whether you're on a treadmill or you've got a GPS watch on, or you're running around a track or a measured route, it's always good to see if you can beat that. 3, 2, 1, right down to gear 2 then. So our final 3 minutes. Slowing it down slightly now. Well done, you've done the hardest speed, the hardest part of the session. So you know we're slowing it down now. Really good work. "30 seconds till we get to our next minute mark." So this is the final progression of this session. I'm not going to record any more of this gear 1, 2, 3 session, but there'll be various different other sessions, interval type workouts coming soon. So please check out any future workouts or look at some of the older ones. There's lots to choose from, so please check those out. Come on, keep going. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're sticking in gear 2. I also do have another podcast out there, so if you look for Out of Condition to Mint Condition, it's meant to be my beginners running program, which is an 8-week session. However, there's no reason why anyone of a higher level of ability can't do those sessions as well, especially some of the workouts towards the end of the 8 weeks. So just have a look at which sessions are available on that podcast as well. And if there's one that you quite like the look of, you're more than welcome to do that. You don't have to do the whole 8-week program. But if you do know anyone or yourself would like to build up gradually and start from week 1 and complete them, check them out. There's 3 sessions a week for 8 weeks, and the end result is we're going to keep you going for 30 minutes continuously at the pace that's right for you without stopping. So check that one out as well. So we're coming up to our last minute mark now. I'm sure it's no surprise to say we're dropping down to gear 1 now. So our final minute, slowing it down a bit further. This isn't your cool down, so keep a higher pace going than your cool down speed. Great stuff, come on. Session will be over soon. Really good, come on, nearly there. Just got 30 seconds to go. Final bit of effort. Come on, right to the end. 20 seconds. Last bit to go, come on, 10 seconds to go, then you can cool down. 5, 3, 2, 1, well done, you've done it. So well done. So let's just keep going at a nice light level now for your cool down, whether that's a brisk walk or an easy jog. And then during this time, just gradually ease down the speed as you go. And then when you finish, just make sure that you stretch out well. If you've got a foam roller, it's always good to do some foam rolling when you get home as well. Make sure you recover, you rehydrate and eat a good, nutritious diet to help repair the muscles and make you ready to go again for your next session. So fantastic work. So that was the final progression of the session, gear 1, 2, 3. So you have done that. Well done. If you've done all 3, great work. I hope you enjoyed those 3 sessions. As I've mentioned during this workout, there's various different workouts you can do, so please check those ones out on my podcast. So just look at Simon Minting Audio Training. Loads of different types depending on your level of ability and also what you're fancying on the day. There's some longer ones, there's some shorter ones. Like this block of 3 sessions, there's also another one I've got called the 20-minute trilogy. So check that one out if you quite like doing a mini series of 3 sessions with slight progressions. It's a very similar concept, so just check that one out and give that one a go too. So as you're cooling down, hopefully you're finding that your breathing rate is gradually returning back to normal, same as your heart rate, and your muscles are easing slightly as well. As you get fitter, you will find that you will recover quicker, so that's just something to look out for. As you get more into your training, you might find that you are ready to go a bit sooner when you do your recoveries and when you finish the sessions, that you're feeling a little bit more back to normal than you did when you very first started. So I'd love to hear from you, so please let me know how you've got on with today's session, and if you've done any of the other sessions, how have you found those as well. It's always great to hear feedback and see your stats, so just send those through as well, see how you've done. It'd be always great to see. Also, it's really great motivation for anyone else that's thinking of getting involved with these workouts as well, to see people similar to them doing the sessions. So please share how you've got on and how you found it. And if you know anyone that you think would be keen, please let them know. I have a Facebook page and an Instagram page, so just look at Simon Minting Audio Training, give it a like and a share, and just let other people know what you're doing as well. That'd be great. So I'm going to sign off now. So if you haven't quite finished cooling down, please keep going. Give yourself as much time as you need to get back to normal and to recover. It was great working out with you once again, and I look forward to training with you again very soon. So please find that next session, and we'll go again sometime soon. Goodbye for now.